months, we have been trying to identify what that looks like, closing one chapter and figuring out what it's like to be friends again. I've been very specific about my boundaries. I've been very specific about where we stand as friends. Go date anybody you want. I'm going to date when I'm ready. I am emotionally unavailable to you, and I'm physically unavailable to you. Now, birthday comes up.
I married you after you ate somebody whole booty sandwich. Y'all, I'm not trying to make this a big deal. I swear, it's not about, y'all, it's $1,000. It's not, make or break. It's the point. The point is that you wanted me to sit back and let you not only use my card, let's just say it's a mix-up. Okay, fine. But now it's different because you're using my card for your extracurricular activities.
So it looks like Tamar Braxton's ex, Jeremy Robinson, just dropped a messy video of her crying and pleading for him to take her back. And the whole thing looks wild as soon as you hit play. It really feels like he's going out of his way to embarrass her in front of the whole internet, because there was absolutely no reason for him to blast her like that. After everything that went down between them, anyone would have thought she was completely done with him for good, especially after she called him out for stepping out with multiple women and even using her money to spoil the women he was sneaking around with. She even had her biggest one out here supporting her and calling JR a straight-up user, only for Tamar to spin the block and end up begging him to take her back again. That twist had everybody looking around like, wait, what just happened? It's messy in a way nobody expected, and it's got the whole timeline arguing. And if you think that's already wild enough, just wait until you hear the rest of what JR is out here saying about Tamar. Because the way he's talking will have your jaw hitting the floor. He's not holding back at all, and it has people wondering why he's still this pressed if the relationship is supposedly over. At this point, it's hard not to admit that JR has become some kind of storm hovering over Tamar's life, because ever since they crossed paths, he's brought non-stop headaches and chaos her way. And the way things are looking, it doesn't seem like he's planning to let up anytime soon, which makes everything even more dramatic than it already is. They've gotten engaged, married, divorced, spun the block, and somehow this whole hate train aimed at Tamar still refuses to slow down even for a second. It's like every time you think the drama took its final breath, it jumps back up with a brand new twist that nobody asked for. And listen, this isn't about blaming her, but the red flags were waving around so bright they could have lit up a football field. Tamar either couldn't see what was right in front of her, or she kept holding on to the idea that he might change one day, and because of that hope, she stayed locked in through every messy chapter they went through. Then last week, Tamar completely spiraled when she thought JR had cheated on her, and she didn't hold back any emotion.
So it's officially over between Tamar and her reality TV fiancé, JR. He's confirming this on his social media. So a lot of people already suspected that this relationship was over because after Tamar was recently burglarized, she said that she doesn't feel safe anywhere or with anyone. If you watch The Queen's Court, you remember that these two met on that reality show and immediately got engaged.
So I'm pretending and I'm delusional. Me and your relationship status has changed. The way I see you have changed. You know what I'm saying? Just like you outside, baby, I'm outside too. Like, let's stop pretending like you is the last of the Mohicans. You are not,
But here's the kicker. JR came forward trying to clean it up, saying it wasn't even cheating because according to him, they weren't together anymore. The plot twist? These two had secretly gotten married and then divorced without telling a single person. And the funny part is, whenever something chaotic happens between them, they rush straight to social media and drag everyone into their mess like we're part of the relationship. But when they decided to get married, suddenly everything became top secret and hush-hush, like they were guarding national treasure. It just sounds wild because Tamar had the whole internet thinking they were still together, especially after she posted, "Played in my face for a 25-year-old, shaking my head, took my jewelry, took me to Turks, and all along had a whole tramp." Those words had everybody convinced JR had stepped out on her again. But now that we know they were already divorced, the whole situation looks even more twisted than before, and people can't figure out why nothing between them ever stays simple for more than 2 minutes. Tamar went online and dropped a raw message saying, "I hate you, Jeremy Robinson," and that alone showed how deep the hurt went. She also admitted that she had secretly married him after she found out he had once messed around with someone else, and when she said JR even ate. Yeah, that whole post probably should have stayed locked in her drafts because it was way too personal and turned into a mess instantly. But things got even messier when JR popped out calling her D Lulu, claiming she was imagining things, and he announced they'd actually been divorced for 6 months already. He made it sound like there was no reason for Tamar to crash out the way she did, which only made the whole situation feel even more chaotic than before. Then one of his 4 former partners came forward and dropped some heavy accusations about him, saying he used Tamar to feed a strange preference he had. She claimed he liked to call himself light-skinned while chocolate and would tag himself as the minority within the minority. She even said he used to hit the clubs almost every night trying to charm black women and take them home, which had people side-eyeing the whole situation from every angle. She also described him as rude, arrogant, and insensitive at times, claiming he acted like a supporter and a protector of black women, but his actions didn't match the way he presented himself. She didn't stop there. She suggested he behaved like someone trying to insert himself into spaces where he didn't truly belong, all to boost his ego and feel accepted. That allegation alone had people talking nonstop because it painted a picture of someone more focused on validation than genuine connection. The way these stories keep unfolding is wild, and every new detail makes the situation look even more tangled than before. The whole situation got so chaotic that even Tommy stepped in to back Tamar, saying JR was a straight-up user and that the only person he ever truly cared about was himself. That support had people thinking Tamar was finally done with him for real and ready to move on with her life. Because being caught up in these low-budget storylines is way beneath her, and everyone knows she can shine on her own. But nothing was as shocking as JR's latest claims, where he tried to paint Tamar as the one chasing after him. According to someone close to the situation, JR has been running around saying he has a video of Tamar crying and asking him to take her back, like he's proud of it. The insider said that in this supposed video, Tamar allegedly admitted the only reason she called him out online was because she wanted his attention and hoped he'd come back to her. Allegedly, Tamar had been trying to reach out and JR was ignoring her completely, so the story goes that she felt she had to stir up drama just to get a reaction from him. The way this narrative is being pushed makes everything sound 10 times more dramatic than it already was, and people don't know what to believe anymore because it keeps twisting in every direction. Now, the wildest part is the claim that JR has been showing this supposed video around like some kind of trophy, bragging that he can have her back anytime he wants because she's never going to get over him, since he supposedly had her locked in emotionally. That kind of talk had folks stunned, because it makes him look more focused on bragging rights than healing or respect. It could not have been that good, Tamar. Please get your mind right because this whole situation is spinning out of control. Someone straight up told Tamar that she is a Braxton and deserves way better than a man who seems ready to drag her down every single chance he gets. Fans have been watching this unfold in real time, and they're calling it exactly how they see it, saying things like, this is embarrassing. People are practically begging her to step back and breathe, telling her, Tamar, please, For the love of God, delete all socials and focus on real healing from the inside out. The crowd is not holding back anymore, and even her supporters are saying this whole display is too much to watch. Another comment floating around said, "I'm sorry, Tamar Braxton is embarrassing out here, acting a whole fool over a white man that was being intimate with another woman and then posting Bible scriptures after." That message hit the internet hard because folks felt like the behavior just didn't match the image he tried to show. People started calling for Tamar to remove herself from the entire situation, saying things like, "Get her the Eva out of here," because they don't want to see her wasting energy on someone who isn't treating her with respect. Every new update just makes fans more frustrated, and they're hoping she finally snaps out of this mess because she truly deserves better. The situation got even louder when more people jumped in, saying Tamar needed to stop letting this man play with her emotions like it's a game. One commenter said, "Tamar, you keep lowering your standards for someone who wouldn't even lift a finger for you." And that comment started going viral because people felt it in their soul. The whole internet was watching the chaos unfold, like it was a season finale, and every hour brought a new twist. Then another voice popped up claiming Jeremy had been talking wild behind the scenes, acting like he was the one holding all the power. He was allegedly telling folks that Tamar was always going to come back, and that alone had people fired up like, how dare he say something that bold? The disrespect was unreal. And even people who weren't Tamar fans were stepping in saying she didn't deserve this circus. At this point, Tamar's name was trending nonstop, and everybody had an opinion on how she should move. Some folks were saying she needed to cut him off completely, while others believed she was too deep in her feelings to see the truth right now. And honestly, the way things kept unfolding, it wasn't hard to believe she was stuck in a loop she couldn't break out of yet. People started reminding her of her own worth, writing things like, "You're a whole superstar. Why are you letting some man treat you like a side character?" That message had fans cheering because they knew Tamar had more potential than the messy storyline she kept getting dragged into. But what really shook everyone was a final rumor floating around that Jeremy wasn't even done stirring the pot. According to someone close to the situation, he allegedly said he still had more receipts he could drop if she pushed him. That made the internet go silent for a second because it felt like he was ready to keep this drama going for as long as he could. Everyone watching could feel the tension rising, and the worst part is, nobody knows what he's planning to spill next. But the streets are already bracing for the next wave of chaos. And now here's where things take an even wilder turn. Because while all this drama was exploding online, JR suddenly decided to pop out with a whole new narrative, like he wanted the spotlight back on him. He started claiming that Tamar was twisting the story and that he had been the one trying to keep the peace the entire time. That claim had people squinting at their screens because nothing about his actions matched the calm energy he was pretending to have. Then someone close to the situation came forward saying JR wasn't bothered by Tamar's posts at all. He was actually enjoying the attention. They said he was walking around talking about how this is exactly why she can't leave him alone, acting like the drama was proof she was still attached to him. That rumor hit social media quick, and folks were calling him out for being delusional and messy on purpose. Even worse, another insider claimed JR had been telling people he didn't regret leaking anything because he wanted everyone to see the real Tamar, whatever that's supposed to mean. That comment had fans heated because it sounded like he was trying to tear her down publicly just to make himself look better, and people were not here for that at all. Meanwhile, Tamar's supporters kept begging her to stop reacting online and block him for good, writing messages like, "Tamar, please stop giving him energy. He is loving this way too much." You could feel the frustration through every comment, because fans truly wanted her to protect her peace instead of feeding into this never-ending back and forth. But the tension reached another level when someone claimed JR was planning to sit down for a full interview to clear his name. And that shook the whole timeline because everyone already knew what that meant. More drama, more accusations, more mess. Folks started saying that Tamar needed to get ahead of the story before he twisted things even further, while others thought she should stay silent and let his behavior expose itself. One thing is clear. Every new update feels like another chapter in a saga that refuses to die, and the streets are watching closely because whatever happens next is guaranteed to set the internet off again. This whole situation is straight up embarrassing, and seeing Tamar's name next to these messy headlines just makes your stomach drop. Like, seriously, come on now. You're Tamar Braxton, a whole legend out here, and you're out here crashing out over this man like he's the last one on Earth. It's painful to watch because everyone knows she's bigger than this kind of chaos, yet somehow she keeps getting dragged right back into it. People online have been calling it out nonstop, saying stuff like, "Why is Tamar letting this man spin her like this?" And, "She is way too iconic to be tied up in this circus." The disappointment is loud, because you can tell folks genuinely want her to rise above all this mess instead of letting it consume her. Now the big question is hitting the streets hard. Is Tamar really crashing out for real? Or is JR trying to stir up attention for himself and riding this drama just to stay relevant? The internet is split, emotions are running high, and everybody's got something to say about it. So drop your comments below and let me know what you really think. Is this Tamar losing control, or is JR the one chasing clout out here? And once you're done sounding off, make sure you hit that next video. And don't forget to subscribe to Juicy Reel for more wild, unfiltered stories that keep you locked in.